What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Boosted Jaden YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing some wiring sorting out in the Daily Swift. Let's get into it. So when I say wiring, I'm meaning this. All of this that's in the car that goes to literally nothing. All the wires under the floor. Like this is a mess. This needs sorting out today. Also, this side isn't much better, like you can see on the zoom in what it's like. Pull the bits of plastic off from around the thing there. And now we want to lift up this, put it up to the side so we can now peel back our carpet. There's probably not one in there, so this panel here, we can pull this off, which you do that by just popping it at the bottom, and then it literally falls out. This little piece here will need to come off as well, but easy as that. And then we go back to in here, and then we've got a little thing on the floor for the accelerator to stop it from hitting the floor. You want to remove that. There's a little plastic disc in the corner, you want to remove that as well, one of these. And then you should be able to carefully, I normally pull this off as well, because then you remember to put it back on properly. And then you want to carefully in and lift and pull and twist, and then, well, not twist, but pull open and up like that. And then look at this, right underneath the floor we're greeted by a cable that's, well, it's not connected to anything. So this one is going in. We're going to start a pile on the floor right there. Let's see how big that pile gets before the end of the day. And then this wire here, which is an earth, it's connected to the body, but again it's connected to nothing, like it's just a wire. And then we've got that orange cable is important. Take this out. What have we got here? We've got a, I don't even know what this would have been. Just cut open. It goes down around the floor. Yeah, I actually don't know what that was even for. Here's another cable. Look at this. It's just literally just sitting in here. So that's going in our pile. And then what else have we got here? Heaps of wires that haven't been chomped yet. Basically we want to pull everything out that's the nuisance and then try and pull it out. I sense that this is going to have to come off, this piece of plastic. To remove this bit of plastic you got to screw here, and then you got to screw right on the opposite side there, and then you pull it out. So I'm going to unscrew this one. There's also a screw underneath it, but I never put mine back in and God knows where it went. This little tab here will pop up and come off like that. And then the bottom one should just fall off as well. And now we're looking at quite a dismantled Daily Swift, including the center console. There's not a lot really happening, but I can see that there's a yellow wire in here, which I'm going to transfer everything to the next seat over again, and then I'll try and show you the wire. So the wire is here. No, it's not. Where is it? Which one is it? It's this one, and it goes up to here, and then it goes into here, and then it goes into here. Let's undo this tape here and have a little nosy at what they've gone and done. Oh, so we've got wires. We've got a fuse built onto that wire. Interesting. So back when this would have had an under the seat sub in it, because it's got the inline fuse right there, still in it, and it's doesn't look blown. And it's taped up all around this one. But I need to see what they've done. The tape's real mushy and sticky and oh, it's melted. Wow, so the Japanese literally wrapped it around that. I think we're going to disconnect the car battery before we go any further, because we've now got exposed wires, which is the ignition one, which is right there. Check that out. That's how they jumped off it for a sub. So this was our wire. Oh, just about bloody fell over my bucket seat. This is our wire that's been spliced. Which is interesting to know that the white one, you can obviously do a jump off it. So the white one on your harness, the white and blue wire, there's only one white and blue one. We actually really want to take some tape and cover that up. You don't want exposed wires, especially not ignition ones. It might not run very well. I didn't cut this, so this must have been done in Japan, because I'm the only owner in New Zealand. We're going to cover it up until we can't see the wire, and then I'm going to take one more bit of tape just to be sure and wrap it around the whole thing. And now we'll plug in this harness, which I can't remember which way it went now. Now we can proceed removing that wire. So we want to take some probably wire cutters or scissors. We want to trace it to right here. There's obviously a cable tie. Break it like that. Is right here, all pulled out now. So it's got the inline fuse on it, 10 amp, which was interesting. So we're also going to remount the PA system. So we're going to take out all of my shit out of here, undo that, undo this. It's all pretty disgusting in the daily at the moment, but content's content, which I'm not cleaning the daily until everything's done on it, which will be coming up, because there's not a lot to actually go with the daily Swift build. We want to undo that. I see that's not fastened in for whatever reason. Take a screwdriver and undo these 4 screws, which I'm hoping that it'll pull out all nicely, and then we can undo it and then hopefully mount it in with the stereo. However, I don't actually know if it will work, but at the time that I fitted it was during the level 4 New Zealand lockdown. And then there are 2 screws right down in here, which also need to be got in order to remove this, which it's annoying. I didn't think I'd have to undo this, but as you all know, there's not a lot of storage in the Swifts, and taking up that big middle compartment there. Alright, so we got this out, so now we should be able to, in theory, pull this out, which I'm hoping that it's not going to be too difficult. There we go. So we want to take out these bolts here because they're holding in the megaphone, and basically I want to see if we can remount it, because this is a lot of storage in the car, and if we could have use of it, then yeah, that would make things a little bit much better. These ones should be fairly easy. We want to undo the last screw. And then we want to literally pull the whole thing out of the housing, which it's pretty munted. Here's our PA unit, which, you know, I like it. But what we might be able to do is if we take off this and move the PA system and that right over, we might be able to undo the screws that hold it in place. Handy. I do, but it's not the right size. But it will undo it. And then we want to undo that screw. Undo this screw. And we want to go to this side and take these two off. That's one. And two. Try and remove it. I presume it comes out. It must come out. We might have to undo the stereo from the actual surround. We'll separate those ones. That's two. This one's three. This one's four. Pull it off the faceplate, put the plate down so it doesn't get damaged, and then this pocket literally comes out and it gives us, get you in a bit better, it gives us this. So what I want to do now is I want to take the PA and I want to see if we can mount it in with the stereo somehow, which would make this project so much better. The bracket, which went over here, just don't see how it's going to work. Even if it went there, it's still going to sit. Oh, it'll sit in there. So we want to screw in our bracket. No, we don't. We want to keep the bracket aside. We want to take a drill and drill a hole in it, like right here. Oh, I drilled my bloody mat in a bloody hole in the floor. Let's not tell anyone about that. I think the drill's running out of power. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put the drill on charge for a minute, because then once we go through that one, we've got to then drill a hole in that one to get a nut and a bolt in to be able to make it work. While we're waiting for the drill to charge, we're going to undo this charger and we're going to actually pull the cord out for it, and we're not going to have that in the vehicle anymore. It's not required. I'm going to carefully pull back the rubber on the side here like that, and then pop this out without ripping stuff like I keep doing, and then you'll see a wire here. And now I'm gonna drop his down. Alrighty. So now we're looking at, I'm pretty sure it's this lot of wires. Oh, it just literally just pulled out in front of me. So there's the cord for the stereo, for the phone mount. And then there's one that runs up here and over to here. That should be the next one that I want to take out. Probably get some scissors in that one. We've got our scissors, and now we're going to carefully reach them up here and cut that one. That one doesn't need to be on there now. And then we're going to drop this wire, because it's a part of all of these wires, and we're redoing it all. You just can't even see. Alright, and now we're going to undo all of these ones, and then free this one. It's connected to another harness. Not harness, but cable tie housing. And then this one should hopefully pull out. Yep, and it's out. So now we've got those wires out of it. Now we're gonna look to tidy everything up and somewhat a bit nicer. Alright, so this is as clean as the wiring got. Everything's all corded up nicely. In behind the carpet, it's just the power wire and that left. Everything's looking a lot more tidy now, which it needed it. Nothing in the way of the clutch. Got to put the surround back on here. I've already done the door trim and the foot panel. Just got to put the cup holders back in it. Well, armrest actually now. We've got a cubby hole here, which, you know, new one, which is going to give me way more room. And then we've got the PA right up there, mounted up there. On this side, it's looking a lot cleaner. Certainly got to sort out all these plugs now, cord them up all nicely, and then that's literally it. I don't know if you can see them behind there now, but it's all nice and tidy, which it should be all good. I think that it'll make a big difference having it tidy, and having the PA up in here with the stereo is a much better option than having it down in here, because that storage, well, it's really the only storage in the whole car. You got your door pockets and you got your glove box, but yeah, that console was needed, so I'm glad that we've done that. Now we're going to sort out the floor, and then it's all done. Now we're going to hook this panel up under here, so we're going to line it all up. That one for some reason keeps pushing out. I had put a new one on it, but I think the whole plastic might just need replaced. Clip it in there, clip it in at the top. go. Yous have gone completely sideways. So please do excuse the mess. Not a lot that I can really do about that. It's videos or cleaning the car, and I don't somehow think that you would get really bored of me washing the Daily Swift, believe me. Alright, so now we want to clean up all of this. So we need to work out what goes to what. So this one's for the reversing, not the reversing, the dash camera. This one's for the underground lights. This one's for the license plate flicker off. That one's for the heads-up display. That one's for the voltage. Is that all of them? And that one's USB. So that should really be plugged into there. Like that. That's going to be the top one. This one here is going to be the middle one. Then we're going to cable tie this one to here. Having it here will mean that I will be able to disconnect one at a time, but by them still being together and not messy. So that's one. And then we've got what's going to be next. This one actually plugs into there, so that one we don't have to worry about. This one here plugs into probably the bottom or the top one. Yeah, so we're going to plug that one into there. That one will go right underneath it. That one goes in there, and then we will have what that goes in there. Oh, and then there's the dash camera, which the dash cam actually goes in that one. And then we've got to work out where we're going to put this one. And then we are going to now do this one, I think. What we need to do actually is we need to take our double-sided tape and then make something out of this as like a kind of like a cable holder, and then put that sort of like right there, so stick that in there, and then finally take the last one, feed that up there as well, and then feed that onto there, and then lock them all in together like that. Just like that. So now those wires aren't going to separate. And then for good measure, this one needed to be a bit tighter. And that one as well can go in there. And now this cable is actually meant to go. So this would go, I hope that you can still see that. Okay, so it is still recording. Sorry to flip it. Oh, now look at this. Let's cable tie that together, because I've intentionally done this because I want the car to be just overall a lot more tidier. And having wires this messy is not tidy. If you've got messy wiring in your car, I urge you to sort it out. That's how broken wires and fires and that starts. People don't keep things clean. And we'll put one more on just for good measure. I go through so many cable ties doing YouTube, it ain't even funny. Push the carpet back, make sure it's over the metal hook thing that they have from the factory. You'll see a little insert cut out of it. Wherever the, oh, there it is, right there. That's for that to sit. Clip that in. That one should really just, it will just go up like that somehow, and then that would like go there. So we need to put some double-sided tape on this unit and then get it done, which will be good. Oh, and the amount of double-sided tape that this Booster Jaden YouTube channel goes through is unbelievable. Peel it back. Sometimes it's hard to peel back actually. I get the one that's rated for 60 pounds. Okay, that's on. Tuck that up under there. And there it is, all done. And now it's just this one last wire. And we're gonna, probably should run it up with that actually. Run it up underneath the carpet. Take out that bolt, not bolt, clip. Put it up around that somehow. And then it would literally come out there. Put the clip back in. And there we have it. So now that we've got all of that done, we're just going to put the glove box back in, so on the angle. Oh, and then try and click it in, but I normally have to actually put my head under there to see where these are. Put the thing in, that one in, and now it's shut. Nightmare of a thing. Now we're going to go more to the interior. We do have our mic mounted here. And then of course that will run up to there. And then...
Yo! Yo!
It works.
YouTube. Subscribe. Yo! Yo. Yo. Working. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. 1. 1. Yo. Yo.
Okay, it's working. So here we have it, all nice, clean, redone. We've got the console there, we've got the PA up there where we wanted it, we've got the microphone which is working. Oh, we do have to put the cup holders in and hang the Cookie Monster back up and clear the stuff off the dash, but that was what I was wanting to do. I wanted to tidy up everything underneath the carpet, and then I wanted to remount the PA because I feel like it went better there than in here. That's the wiring that I removed from the car. It's not as much as I thought, but in a small car it's a lot. With that, everyone, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a like. If you didn't, give it a dislike. All good with me. Instagram, follow me there for updates. Well, more updates than what you get on YouTube. And subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I'll catch you very soon in the next video.